All right, so we're putting together a couple of batteries today, and we're going to be using these Heltec balancers, the 6S, and you always want to make sure. Let's see if I got it in the shot. Yeah, see if it'll focus. Right here, they come factory soldered on the high voltage side, which is the NCM/LFP. It'll be the high voltage side. You got to unsolder the blob there and then shift it over to the LTO side to use it on the Yinlongs or the Skibs or any other form of LTO batteries. All right, so we've got the pigtail that plugs in here. All right, this is what the stock pigtail looks like. And then, when you go to attach them, you can attach them several different ways. But we're going to put that one to the side because we've got one here already with that we had used on a different bank. And we had to extend a couple of the wires to make them the right length or whatever. So we're going to reuse this pigtail, of course. And so first thing you want to do is unplug the balancer. Do not wire a balancer up with the pigtail connected to the balancer. All right, so all these balancers are going to be pretty much the same deal. You start with the negative wire. If you look on the balancer, right here, B negative, and then the next wire over is B1 positive, and the next wire over is B2 positive. Next wire over is B3 positive, then B4 positive, B5 positive, B6 positive, right there. So on this pigtail right here, the black wire is the negative. That's going to go on your main negative terminal. Okay, let's start there. So right here, you can see I've marked it negative, positive. This is the main negative terminal. This is the main positive terminal. And then the other bars, those are your series bar connections. So again, we're going to start with the negative wire, the black wire. We're going to put it on the main negative post. All right, now you're going to be doing a lot of flipping around with the battery and this, that, and the other. So just take your time. So now the next wire is going to go connected to the next bar over. You're going to start from a negative and then work your way over on the battery. So your next wire over is going to be this yellow wire. And of course, it's got an extension on it. I've got 3 wires with extensions, and that's because they go on the bottom. They needed to be longer. So this one's going to go here. And then just going to go ahead and snug these up just a little bit. Let me get right ratchet. All right, so these are 7/16. And of course, this ratchet's garbage. Let me get a wrench, ratchet wrench. Oh, yeah, don't do that. Yeah, don't be like Sparky. All right, so the next wire over, which is going to be the white wire, it goes on the next bar over. And yeah, sometimes we have accidents. Be like Bob Ross and say, what does he say? There's no mistakes, just happy little accidents. I was just happy I didn't really arc and melt stuff. And that's another reason why you leave it disconnected from the balancer, because you never know, stuff can happen. Stuff definitely does happen. Ain't nobody perfect in this world. Stuff does happen. So this next wire, the blue wire, it's the next wire over. It goes to the next set of bars over in the series connection. And that's why I usually like using a socket with an adapter, but that socket would be a pain in the butt. I mean, that ratchet, some of the teeth are just messed up. All right, so now the next wire over is the green wire, goes to the next series bar over. And these don't have to be extremely tight. I'm just snugging them down. And then the next wire over on the plug is this yellow wire. It's got the extension on it. It goes on the next series bar over. All right, now we have one last wire here. One last wire, and that's the red wire. And it goes over here on the main positive. And let's not spark this one. All right. So now we should be good to go to plug up our balancer. Let's double check. Black right here, then the next one is there, then the next one over is here, and then the next one over is the blue wire. It goes on the bottom. The next one's green on top. The next one's yellow on the bottom, and then the next one's a red on the top. Yep, we're good to go. So now when I plug this in, then the run light LED right here, it will illuminate, indicating that the balancer is on and working. And bam, there we go. And that's how you wire up a Heltec balancer. And notice I have the battery sitting on a piece of plywood, just a little 1/2 inch plywood, because of course you don't want to set your battery on a piece of metal like this aluminum top table saw, because it will arc and weld and all kinds of stuff. So just keep things like that in mind as well while you're wiring these things up or messing with batteries in general. Another cool feature here also on these Heltec balancers is right here. You see it says run. All right. And there's a solder blob there. Well, there's 2 tabs up underneath that solder blob. So if you have your battery in a location to where you can't really unplug these balancers whenever the vehicle is going to be sitting for a prolonged period of time, what you can do is you can unsolder those 2 tabs and then solder a couple of wires onto there and then put it on a toggle switch, so you can turn the balancer on and then turn the balancer off from a remote location, just using a regular toggle switch. I think I have one here. Nope, I do not. I do not have a switch here. I've already used all of them up, or they might be upstairs. But anyway, yeah, you can turn these things off and on using the those run tabs right there by adding wires, and you can put it on your dash or just in a convenient location to turn it off and on if you're not going to be running the vehicle or the battery is not going to be on a charger for an extended period of time. Because these balancers, these capacitive style balancers, they will drain your battery over a long period of time, because that's what they do. They take energy from one row and put it to the next row, or whatever row is lower. They'll take the highest voltage row and put it on the lowest voltage row. And that's how this style balancer works. All right, hope that helps somebody out. That's all for this one.